Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia and I talk about fashion, beauty, makeup and all girly things. So if you like that, please like and subscribe. So in my previous video I talked about high heels that are trending this spring and high heels that I love to wear as someone who loves classic and timeless style. So if you didn't check that, you can check that one after this one. So in my previous video I mentioned how high heels are not as popular as they used to be and there is a huge demand for flats, and it's for obvious reasons because flats are much more practical and comfortable. So today I'm going to talk about what are flats that are trending at the moment, what are the flats that designers are offering versus flats that I wear on everyday basis in springtime. You can tell how much I love my skirt as I wear this skirt so much. This is from Zara and I really hope they will make it in red because I would love to have this skirt in other colors as well. I think it's very lovely, and my top is vintage or secondhand. I think it was secondhand. At the end of this video I will also mention my favorite Met Gala looks, so stay tuned for that. So let's start. So the first type of flat shoes that I reach first in springtime are loafers. So let's see what is trending. First, chunky loafers are trending. Christian Louboutin is still making chunky loafers. Dior, Prada makes them in animal print. Phoebe Philo is offering these. So Phoebe Philo is fairly new brand, but Phoebe Philo was a creative director for Celine and Chloe for many years, and now she owns her own brand. And her style is very often described as quite luxury and minimalistic style. And she's very famous to represent a woman in intellectual way without being sexualized. So I personally believe that a woman can look intellectual and sexy at the same time. We don't have to necessarily choose between one or the other. And by the way, this photo looks pretty sexy to me. It's all about how we perceive things. But I can promise you, wearing these, no one will get any male gaze. Then another type of loafers are these ruched loafers. Saint Laurent is very famous to make them. There is like this ruching detailing along the front part of the loafer, and also there is another type of loafers that is trending with ruching at the back of the loafer, like where is the heel, top heel part. And then we have this moccasin style with that stitching all around the shoes. So Kate is making this. This is something that is also trending in the moment. So the type of shoe, the type of loafer that I wear in springtime are these very simple suede loafer. If you watched my channel and my styling inspirations and ideas, you saw these loafers in my videos, and I believe that they go with everything. The color is very grayish. It suits many neutral outfits that I love to wear, and they're overall very neutral, smart, comfortable, and I think this is a very good loafer, especially because there is no any dangling thing at the front. So the next type of shoe that is the most popular shoe in spring are ballerinas, of course, and they come in so many different options, designs and styles. So we have square toe, pointed toe, round toe, canoe shape, heeled ballerinas, Mary Jane ballerinas, fishnet ballerinas, like all sorts of ballerinas are still here. They're not going anywhere. So trendy ballerinas are meshed ballerinas by Alaya. Prada is also making them, and pretty much all brands are making those, and they also come as a Mary Janes now. Then we have lace up ballerinas. This is what is trending at the moment. Then we have like Mary Jane ballerinas, then block heeled ballerinas. These type of ballerinas are very famous at the moment. They come with round shape and square toe shape. Lily Rose, the actress, she's very famous to wear this type of shoes, but she can certainly make them look fresh and youthful because they don't look youthful to me. Then we have canoe ballerinas. I call them canoe because they have that canoe shape. Then we have classic round toe ballerinas. They are made by Chanel with this ankle jewelry strap. This is so cute. And then we have split toe or tabby shoe. People or really like them or hate them. So if you're into fashion and you appreciate fashion, you will most likely love these shoes, simply because they're actually coming from a long history of Japanese culture. They used to be made as a split toe sock to be worn with traditional Japanese sandals. And they actually used to come in different colors. So for example, white colors were only reserved for like nobles and samurais, and geishas were wearing white socks. And then they had like darker colors that were famous among like workers and farmers and these kind of normal people. So it is just nice to have this type of shoe that brings back the culture and remind us on these things. So Margiela just kind of reinvented them and brought them in the form of boots for the first time. And yeah, I think this is not something I would wear, but you know, I think it's really beautiful to just have them as a part of culture. So these are ballerinas that are trending at the moment, and the type of ballerinas that I like are firstly these ones by Chloe. I wear these for over than a decade, probably much more than that, I just don't like to admit it. But they still sell them, and if you like them you can still find them at Chloe. So what I like about them is that they have that distinctive design around the foot, and I like that they have personality without disturbing the shoe. And the second thing I like about them is that they don't have that little knot at the front. So usually ballerinas always have that knot at the front, and to me ballerina is a very elegant, feminine, romantic type of shoe, and that knot, it is just making them look childish in my opinion, so I always tried to avoid that little knot. But are they called ballerinas without that knot? And the second type of ballerinas that I like are square toe ballerinas. So this is a very new, fresh take on classic round toe ballerinas, and I really like how they look. They look modern, timeless as well. So if you don't like that girly look of classic round toe ballerinas, square toe ballerinas are a very good choice. Okay, the next type of shoe that is trending this spring-summer are lace-up flat sandals. I personally adore lace-up. They come as a heeled version or flat version, and I think that this detail around our ankle really adds personality and style to our outfit. For example, even if we wear just a regular plain dress and have that ankle strap and lace up, really adds personality and style to that simple dress. So what is trending, I mean, many brands are making them, so what they like to do, they like to add that strap around the toe, and I cannot stand this detail. But one that I like are these ones from Zara. I really find them very traditional, ancient Greek goddess, you know, or maybe like Cleopatra, something like that. But they look very modern and fresh, and they go well with dresses. Another type of shoe that is trending this spring and summer are of course white sneakers. So let's see what is trending. We have Adidas Ballerina Samba Jane. So we have Samba, we have Ballerina, we have Mary Jane. It's a lot to process. And they even come as with Velcro on top as an option, and I think if you're older than 5, please don't wear Velcro, thank you. Well, that's a lie, I like these. Then the next trend are dad sneakers or chunky sneakers. Prada is making them, Gucci is making them, pretty much every brand is making them. And you know what? When it comes to Gucci, when I think of Gucci, I think of this. And in the world of minimalism and quiet luxury, how can this sell? So Demna has a very heavy job on his back. I think it's doable with a little bit of imagination. And opposite of chunky sneakers, a new trend this season are very streamlined and slim type of sneakers, very minimalistic. So Prada is making them, Miu Miu is making them. So this is the type of shoe that is sneaker that is trending at the moment. And another sneaker trend this season are these ones that have elastic band at the back. So Dior and Prada are making them. And I have to mention that I had ballerinas by Prada that had that elastic band at the back, and I remember it was digging in my skin so much and I didn't like that discomfort, so bear in mind if you're purchasing online. And my favorite type of sneakers are Stan Smiths that I wear every day, Nike Air Max, Jordans, and my beloved Chucks. I'm as classic as that. So another type of shoe that is trending this season are mules. As I mentioned in my previous video, I generally have issue with mules. I find this type of shoe to be unfinished and in a way disturbing. I mean, I do have these, but they're more like slides than mules because they're more sleek and slim. I don't know what is it about these shoes, but they certainly look very attractive and people are wearing them a lot. I don't know. So these were flats that are trending this season that the designers are offering and some that I would wear. And now I would love to mention my favorite outfits from this Met Gala 2026. So this season the theme was fashion is art, and most of designers and celebrities had some sort of references from the art or some designs from the past. So I'm not going to get into these references, but I'm just going to get into my favorite outfits. First dress that really stood out to me is worn by Anokiai. This is a great dress. I apologize for pronouncing names incorrectly or struggling, but this is Balenciaga couture dress and it looks amazing. Another dress that really stood out to me is this one that Janelle Monáe wore, and this is really where the dress meets all the expectations for the theme of this event, Fashion is Art, because this dress is made of electrical wires and black crystals and live moss. So this is really how fashion meets art. Next one that I really loved was worn by Rihanna Margiela by Glenn Martens, and this dress is also made of recycled computer wires and crystals and vintage jewelry, so the details on this dress are perfect and the silhouette is gorgeous. Next I really loved was worn by Eileen Gu. Designer was Iris Van Herpen. She's very famous to create very distinctive dresses that uses like technology, advanced technology, so her dresses and her designs are really something special. I mean, she made a dress made of glass that blew some bubbles. How cute is this? Another dress that I really loved was worn by Yuchi Lyra Kuo. I hope I pronounced that correctly, for sure I didn't. But this is Jean Paul Gaultier, and I think this dress looks gorgeous, like a little swan. This is how you dress for the theme. This is how you dress for Met Gala. And the last one that I also really loved was worn by Emma Chamberlain. I hope I said that correctly. But this is Mugler, and this dress looks amazing, the colors and everything. But Mugler is one of my favorite fashion designers, so. Some outfits that I kind of expected a little bit more from, or probably less, are Beyonce. This is made by Oliver Rustenberg. I mean, did I expect Beyonce to be an absolute showstopper? Yes. Have she managed to do that? Absolutely. But not in a way that I really appreciate. I don't like all this bedazzle thing and the feather. I don't know if this is a real feather. I hope not. And the crown is just a bit too much, but who am I to talk about Beyonce, what she's wearing, right? Serena Williams, I would expect something more classy from such an amazing woman. Then Anna Wintour, great color, great silhouette, made by Chanel, amazing outfit, but again we have that feather. I hope it's not real. And then Nicole Kidman, again, looking amazing, she's beautiful, but that feather, unless it's fake, it's a no. I mean, ask Iris Van Herpen. She probably knows how to make fake feather that looks like real. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little video about shoes, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!